everybody. Welcome to Inside Indy. I'm Kelly Bond, the usual gal around here, but we have a very special guest joining us here on Inside Indy, and he is Bryan Kelly. He is the Vice President of Community Initiatives and Marketing for Indiana Black Expo. Welcome to the show, Bryan.
Thanks, Kelly. Thank you for having me on again. I really appreciate the opportunity to get on and talk to your audience.
And Bryan, you can see he is a man on the go because he is in his car, probably off to some meeting associated with the festivities that are coming up at the end of the month. Where are you on your way to, Bryan?
I'm actually heading to one of our volunteer committee meetings this afternoon. So you're spot on. It's about the game coming up.
Okay, so let's talk about the game coming up. And I do want to circle back to those volunteers, which are so crucial to what Indiana Black Expo does. But tell us about the big game.
Yes, so September 25th. Put it on your calendars. Go buy your tickets. We'll have Benedict College out of South Carolina taking on Kentucky State in the Circle City Classic football game. We didn't have it last year due to the pandemic. We're bringing it back this year. We are being mindful of that. We're still in the pandemic. Tickets are $20 general admission for lower bowl seats. So we can have spacing for our fans to be there and not have to feel like they're in a space that's not safe. So we're really excited about being able to bring the game back. We're getting, a lot of excitement and buzz on social media. Got radio ads going on. Just really wanting to get the fans back out there and have a good time.
Okay, all right. This is truly an Indiana tradition, as folks say. And I love those ticket prices. $20. You can't beat that.
No, with the $20, you're also able to get into our 21 and over day party hosted by Radio 1. So we'll have a 21 and over hip hop, 21 and over R&B space in Lucas Oil Stadium. We'll also have a performance stage. We'll have some up and coming artists performing for entertainment. And these all happen from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock prior to the game, all part of your $20.
Okay, so be a pre-game show, so to speak, and then of course earlier there's the parade, but I didn't know about all these other things going on. Okay, so now what about the vendors? I know you used to do that. Are you doing the vendors this year outside?
Yeah, with the pandemic, a lot of the vendors they're struggling, so we're trying to work with them, get them out there, make it so it's beneficial for them to be there. So we're working on the tailgate aspect. We're again being mindful of the fact that it's a pandemic and people's times are tough right now. So we're trying to get them to get out there. So if they do show up, please, we're looking for our fans to go out there and support them and buy from our vendors, both retail and food vendors.
Okay, some good stuff down there too.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So now you mentioned last year we did not have the game due to the pandemic. We also didn't have the parade, but the parade is back. Tell us about that.
The parade is back. Yes, so we will kick off at 10 o'clock on Saturday the 25th at the corner of Pennsylvania and North Street. We'll go our traditional route down to Ohio, over back up to Meridian. So we've got over 80 different participating groups that will be part of this. And these are performance bands, the bands from the colleges, youth groups, fraternities, sororities. So it's just a great way for the community to come out and just help lift up the activities that are happening here in Indiana as a part of the Circle City Classic.
Okay, so now, when we were thinking about the parade and some people were wondering, are they going to do it this year? They're not going to do it. And so you said yes. So what's the response been so far in terms of getting those people to participate and spreading the word to just the general public to come on down? What's the reaction been so far?
Yeah, we've had probably over more than normal participants trying to be a part of the parade. So our application load was nothing reduced due to the pandemic. And so we're hopeful that will be indicative of the people that come out to watch and participate in the parade the day of. We'll have, a lot of great excitement in terms of who's going to be in the parade, the activities, just the festivities that lead up to the game. The bands are excited. This is Benedict College's first time being in the Circle City Classic, so they're all kinds of excited. about this opportunity for a small HBCU to be invited to the big game. So their fans, their alumni are all excited to be a part of this and come to Indianapolis and just experience what it means to be a part of such a historic 37-year Circle City Classic football game.
Okay. So now for people who are coming down, and even though, especially when it comes to the parade, you're outside. And so that's a plus in terms of, when it comes to COVID-19, being out in the fresh air. But what are you telling folks who come down? Should they be wearing masks? What are your recommendations, or how should they interact? Should they be in people's faces? Any tips for people who are coming down to be safe?
Yeah, absolutely. Safety is our first priority. And so making sure that whether you're vaccinated or not, masking up, just be courteous of the fact that those around you may have health conditions that preclude them from, being able to walk around without masks. So we have to be mindful that, it's still a pandemic. We still have people that are very, very vulnerable at this point in time, and just be smart. If means wearing a mask to have a good time and let people get out and enjoy the company of others, let's just do that.
Okay. So now you're new to Expo. So how's it been for you undertaking? You kind of you walked in the door and bam.
Yeah, I started in June, right before summer celebration. Kicked that off and then right into Circle City Classic. So it's been a very interesting, not quite yet 3 months, but in terms of feeling like I know what's happening, have a pulse on the activities. Jumped right in, and it's a great way for me to learn what's happening, what works, what doesn't work, and so we can make sure that we provide the best events for our community. And just want everyone to know that Summer Celebration and Circle City Classic, these are our fundraising events for the programs that we put on throughout the year for our youth and family services, for our Black business and entrepreneurs. This gives us the funding, a lot of the funding to do those kind of events and activities throughout the year.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you on your new position.
Thank you.
And again, man, you stepped in the door and man, got a taste of the real deal, the real action. So now you all moved. In my mind, I still have you on 31st and Meridian.
Right.
And years ago when I worked in radio, our station was actually right next door to you, 3135 North Meridian. So, but you've moved. Tell us about the new location.
Yeah, absolutely. We, a few years ago, purchased the Crossroads Bible College at 601 North Short Ridge Road on the east side of Indianapolis, just off of East Washington. It's a 48,000 square foot facility that gives us an opportunity to have events and activities and programs in our own space. And so I'm glad you brought that up, because on September 24th, the day before the game, we are going to have a pep rally and community day at our offices, in our parking lot and on our grounds. So from 4 to 6 on Friday, September 24th, we're inviting the community to come out, experience some fun, festivities, music, and just get a feel for what IBE is doing for the community. The other months of the year, we're not talking about Summer Celebration and Circle City Classic.
Okay, because again, a lot of people think, oh, Indiana Black Expo, Circle City Classic. You're a year-round organization. You got a lot going on all the time, right?
Absolutely. We have a Performing Arts Academy that has 3 different cohorts a year, teaching kids about acting, dance, videography, music production. We work with Black entrepreneurs and businesses. We have healthcare initiatives and efforts across the state of Indiana. We have 12 chapters that we help support from the headquarters here in Indianapolis to put on programs in those unique communities. And economic equality is a big focus for us. We want to make sure that people have an opportunity to grow in their space and be, able to have a livelihood that is beneficial in moving them forward in the life that they want to lead.
Now, how do folks get involved in some of these activities? You mentioned the Arts Institute for the youngsters and everything that you offer. How do people get signed up? And again, volunteers, because I know that's big for
Sure.
Indiana Black Expo.
Sure. Yeah, so to learn more about the Performing Arts Academy, you go to our website, indianablackexpo.com. There's an online application on there. We're looking for students who are 13 to 18 years old, interested in the arts. It is a great opportunity for them to learn not only the educational aspects of those arts, but the practical applications. we're looking at these as career developing opportunities for these youth. How to start a business is part of the conversation. If you're going to be a videographer, why not take that expertise and turn it into a business? So that's a great way to learn more about the professional aspects of these pursuits. So IndianaBlackExpo.com is a great way to learn more about that. As far as volunteering, you can go on our website, CircleCityClassic.com. There's a link to volunteer. We're looking for volunteers right now, actually, to help with the parade. So if anyone's interested in being a part of the parade, we're looking for some marshalers to help keep things moving so we can stay on time and on track. But always, Indiana Black Expo, CircleCityClassic.com, and SummerCelebration.net are ways to connect with us for sure.
All right. Sounds really good. And so before we wrap up, go over the dates and time for the game and for the parade and the other activities you have going on around that area downtown.
Sure. Well, I guess first we'll start off by, mentioning the coronation, which will happen on September 19th. This is our crowning of our queen in her court, where we celebrate young Black women in their academic and personal excellence. So they're right now been training for the last 4 or 5 weeks on perfecting their messaging and their just how they carry themselves as young women, talking about, career aspirations and, college pursuits. So we kicked that off on September 19th at Marian University at their performing arts facility there. The pep rally will be on the 24th, 4 to 6 at our headquarters. The parade will be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the 25th at downtown. And then the game will be from 3 p.m. until probably about 6:30 down at Lucas Oil Stadium on the 25th.
Okay. And where do we get tickets for the game?
CircleCityClassic.com. You can get your tickets from there. Everything is through Ticketmaster. We are Ticketmaster locations this year are all mobile tickets only. And so Lucas Oil Stadium is one of those as well. So there'll be no actual physical tickets. Everything is delivered to your mobile device. You scan that as you walk in the door and can't lose your tickets that way.
Okay, so you can't purchase tickets down there. You have to do it online, pretty much.
You can actually purchase tickets at the box office as well at Lucas Oil Stadium or on Ticketmaster.com through our Circle City Classic link. Yep.
Oh, okay. You can tell I'm old school. I'm trying to go down to Ross and Babcock. Oh, they're gone. So, and one more thing, we say Indiana Black Expo, and you talked about the pageant and the young Black women, but Indiana Black Expo is not just for Black people. It's celebrating Black culture, as you would have the Italian festival or the Greek festival. Let's talk about that, because I don't want people to feel left out. It's about embracing the culture.
Absolutely. Indiana Black Expo was, we're now 51 years old as an organization, and you're spot on. We were founded to celebrate the Black community in Indianapolis, in Indiana. It is for all people to be able to celebrate everyone's culture and ethnicity. And, we invite everyone to come out and learn more about what we're doing, the contributions that we make to society across the state of Indiana. That's, we're here to help lift the vision and the voice for the Black community. And that's, that at the end of the day is what we're here for. And it really is encouraging to see others come out and experience the events and activities and to participate in some of the programs. Some of our programs I talked about before, the Performing Arts Academy, a number of different ethnicities and races were a part of that acting cohort. And so that's encouraging to see that there is, this multi-ethnic, multicultural experience that we're able to provide for our communities.
Okay, so when it comes to inclusiveness, it's a two-way street. Let's get
Absolutely.
to know each other better,
Absolutely.
both going both ways. And we appreciate getting to know you better. Is Bryan Kelly, who is the vice president. That comes from radio law, a lot of transitions over the years. Vice president of community initiatives and marketing for Indiana Black Expo. Thanks so much for joining us on Inside Indy.
Kelly, thank you very much. Take care and have a great week.
Happy Black Expo.
All right.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
And we're back here on Inside Indy. And man, we've been having a blast on the show tonight. We're going to be talking about not a fashion show, but a style show. And here to tell us more about it is the legendary Thomas Sparkle Socks Griffin. Hello, Thomas.
How you doing? How you doing today?
Man, you look great.
Well, you know what? Because I'm attempting to lose a little weight, eat healthier, drink more water, and take care of myself because I'm 67 years old, and a lot of folks that are in my age group or my demographic are having health problems. And so we're doing a style show that's going to address some of the health problems that go on in our community.
Wow. Well, I love that being a part of your mission. So talk about the style show itself. It's called Zaddy.
Okay. Well, let me break it down for you.
Okay.
Nowadays, young people move the needle when it comes to what happens, what's popular. And so there's a new term that just came out called a zaddy. A zaddy is a mature man that has style and swag. And so we decided to have a Zaddy of the Year style show. Now, the reason why we call it a style show, because every man on this show will be wearing his own clothes, showing his own style. Proceeds from this event will go towards cancer awareness. And what makes it so much fun is each and every model is going to be 50 and over. We wanted to go 55, but I think we're going to be about 50 and over.
Wow, I love that. I love that idea. And so the gentlemen will be wearing their own clothes. So I take it they've got quite a few outfits to style for us, right?
Well, let's be realistic. If you're a zaddy, you're a stylish guy anyway. So you just go in the closet, pick out some stuff and look beautiful.
Okay. So give us date, time, location. Let's get that going so folks know all about it.
Okay, do you want me to talk in my real voice or that other voice?
I want the announcer voice. That's what.
Okay, well, here we go. As a former radio announcer at WTLC, the Zaddy of the Year style show will take place on Saturday, October the 2nd, 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock at what used to be called Stouffer's Hotel when I was young and is now the Ivy Tech Culinary College. So it's 2822 North Meridian Street in the heart of the city. We'll be on the second floor and you can come and see all the zaddies.
No, right. All right. Now you mentioned, you're working for WTLC radio for many, many years. So, and I see there are records behind you. So where are you now? And let's talk about your career in radio. And because you're a legend, because let me say this before you start, I've talked to other DJs in the market and the Jerry Wades and the Tony Lamonts and people who know you and respect you. And they go, oh, people used to carry his records because you were kind of like the Godfather DJ. So I'm going to drop that right there. Tell us about your career in radio.
Okay, so I'm going to brag a little bit.
Okay.
I am the original mobile DJ, and I'm one of the first guys that went from a street jock to radio. I've worked at 6 different radio stations in the city of Indianapolis, but I was never that main DJ, that main jock, or that superstar guy. So I guess that I win just because of my longevity. I DJ'd my very first party in 1973. So I'm 48 years in the game. And I'm sitting at my house in my music room, and I have some shelves built behind me. You can see all those records that I've accumulated over the years.
Oh my God, those are your records.
Yes,
I thought you were at a radio station.
no, I have some more in the storage. I have some more in the storage shed. So I've got music. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with these records going forward. So I got hired at TLC, like I said, in 1977, and Jay Johnson fired me in 1986, and then I went to WZPL.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Super Jay Johnson.
Yeah,
who's still doing his things in another market, of course.
he's still a DJ in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. But do you feel, because you are a trailblazer, like you said, you were the first. Do you feel that you get the credit you deserve?
No, but again, I was never that superstar DJ. And the one thing is that I really believe that if you're really good at something, you never have to brag on yourself. The people will tell you. And so people choose to acknowledge whatever my contribution is to this mobile DJ thing, radio announcer deal, then that's a beautiful thing. But if it never happens, I'm fine with that too.
All right. Okay. So it's kind of like, when you think about the ABA, and, you can't take anything away from Dr. J or, Mel Daniels, but they didn't get quite into that whole NBA spectrum with a big money, but nonetheless, you go down to Conseco and who's on the wall? Mel Daniels.
You know what? I don't mind being the ABA. I'll accept that.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So let's go over the details again for the Zaddy Style Show: date, time, location, and, people are going out and let's talk a little bit about, what to expect in terms of being safe once we get there in light of the pandemic.
So first and foremost, the Zaddy of the Year Style Show will take place on Saturday, October the 2nd at the currently what's known as Ivy Tech Culinary School, 2822 North Meridian. If you'd like to get tickets, you can go to ambiance317.com, AMBIENCE 317.com. You can buy tickets online. You can call me. I'll give you my number, 317-908-9160, and I'll personally transact with you and get you a ticket. The purpose for doing the show is to make people aware of prostate cancer. The month of September is Prostate Cancer Month, but we weren't able to pull it together for the month of September, so we'll do that very first weekend in October. And what we want to do is divert some of those funds, once we make some money, to the Reverend Charles Williams Mobile Cancer Unit and the Reverend Charles Williams Foundation. For those of you that don't know, I used to be the president of the Indianapolis, you have to say that real hard, the Indianapolis chapter of Indiana Black Expo. And what folks don't know, there's 12 chapters of Expo all over the state. And so that's when we started trying to work on some things with Charles Williams. There used to be a Charles Williams 12K walk run. That kind of went away, or is it 5K? I'm sorry, 5K walk run. And so this might be the new thing that we'll do to replace that as a fundraiser to try to make people aware about prostate cancer.
I love it. And of course, his sister, Kathy Jordan, keeps his vision alive.
Yes. And so Kathy basically runs the foundation. At that particular event, we'll have a few of the books that Charles wrote. If you remember, he wrote a book called, I think, So That Black Men Might Live. And so we have some of those we'll probably give away as door prizes. We'll have vendors inside the facility. Like I said, it's on the second floor of the Ivy Tech College. Cash bar, light hors d'oeuvres, $50 tickets for VIP. That means you get to get there an hour early, shop with the vendors, and get the hors d'oeuvres. $30 tickets for general admission. And that means whatever hors d'oeuvres are left, you get to scrounge.
There you go. Add comedian to your list too there by your resume there. So.
Life's too short to not have fun. And once you realize that you're an older gentleman and trying to be a zaddy in your old age, you say, you know what, I got to do better about taking care of myself, keeping myself healthy, and laughing a lot.
There you go. There you go. You do that very well. And I want to add in, when you mentioned Charles Williams, I actually interviewed him probably months before he passed away about his book, That Men Might Live, That Black Men Might Live. And he said to me once we finished the interview off the air, he said, you know, Kelly, it's really stupid what's happened. He said, here I was, the president of the Indiana Black Expo over the largest health fair in the country. And I didn't stop and get checked.
Yes. Yes.
So, and that's really a lot of, let's just slow down. Like you said, hey, I'm stopping, taking some time to take care of me instead of the job or, you know, the dog or whatever. Yeah. So putting self first for a change. Well, we appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure and an honor. I've been trying to get you on here for some time, and will you come back? You got other stuff that you can share with us, I'm sure. You always got something going on.
Anytime you want me, you can have me.
There you go. I like that. Thomas Sparkle Socks Griffin, thanks so much for joining us here on Inside Indy.
All right, and we'll get together and do it again next time.
Okay. And thank you all for joining us here on Inside Indy. I'm Kelly Vaughn. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, Janet. It's nice seeing you again. You a good girl. Just let me know what I can do to help.
Well, to help me, she'd have to help every day. Every hour, every ouch, every time my wife calls for help. I mean, maybe she could help me make her lunch. But the crust, all the crust has to be cut off the corners. She could help me run to the doctor for the 5th time this week. Help me with the specialist and the second opinions and the painful paperwork about paperwork. Help me deal with how hard it is seeing my wife's name on so much paperwork. But this is on me. I'm the only one who can do this, like this, for her. Besides,
Take care.
we will. Janet doesn't like her cooking anyway.
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.